visit your tri-state area outing deal today. Tonight against Philly, Mitchell Robinson dominant, 21 points, 16 rebounds. But the Sixers, even though Joel Embiid was out because of illness, they have some weapons, including the rookie VJ Edgecombe. On the board there, the rookie had 23 points, and the Sixers prevail 116 to 107. Great to have you with us here, Bill Pito and Wally Zerbiak. So the Knicks lose on their home court for only the second time all season. Fatigue seemed to be a big factor tonight.
Yes.
But also, I think Philadelphia, we're talking about it.
Yeah.
Paul George is aging. You can't necessarily count on Joel Embiid, but they have a lot of talent on this team.
Yeah, Nick Nurse plays a frenetic style. He changes defenses, really pressures the passing lanes, tries to create a ton of turnovers, and that's exactly what he did with a fatigued Knicks team. I think the Knicks made a valiant effort to try to get themselves into this game. It came down to a couple shots that Jalen normally makes. You could tell he didn't have his legs. He's gassed mentally and physically with the schedule the way it's been. But this Philly team is now 15-11. They're close to the Knicks in the standings. They're getting healthier, so the Knicks got to pay attention to the Sixers.
Sixers hadn't played since Sunday. That, no doubt, was a factor in the decisive fourth quarter. The biggest lead any team had, 9 points. That's how close it was, as the Sixers were able to win the fourth quarter 28-20. That was basically the difference in the game.
VJ Edgecombe, holy smokes. What a performance by the diaper dandy, so to speak. He was outstanding in this game. Mitchell Robinson was outstanding, too. Just dominated the boards, made his free throws. At one point, he was 6 for 7 from the line, and he ended up 7 for 8 from the free throw line. But McCain coming off the bench, healthy now, knocking down shots. Tyrese Maxey, the game looks easy. I mean, he just looks like he's skating out there on the floor. How quickly he gets to his spots, how easily he releases that jumper. He got to 30 points. He averages 32 a game, and VJ Edgecombe, the rookie, just making huge plays at the world's most famous arena. He's a Long Island guy, played right down the road, high school basketball at Lehigh, and boy, what a homecoming. Bridges knocked down 2 huge threes back-to-back in the fourth quarter, try to keep the Knicks in the game. This was a huge bucket that extended the lead to 6. Andre Drummond making his free throws. I'm not used to that. And then there goes VJ Edgecombe. Big-time finish off the miss by Maxey. What a performance by the rookie, and a big win for the Philadelphia 76ers.
Three-point shooting key. Sixers make 17. The Knicks made only 8. The Knicks outboarded the Sixers by 21, but key number here. The Sixers got 16 points off of turnovers. Knicks only got 2 points off of turnovers, and that's a key number. When have you seen a team outboard another team by 21 and yet lose a game?
Yeah,
that's odd, huh?
That's odd, and that's the possession game that Mike Brown always talks about. You know, Mitchell Robinson is such a difference maker, and no Joel Embiid. He just ran roughshod underneath, just dominating the glass. But it was an energy game, the reason why I think Philly won this one. They just had the fresher legs, the faster legs, the quicker legs. 18 turnovers for the Knicks. They just looked like they were running in a little bit of quicksand. They couldn't get into their offense. As a result, they kind of turned the ball over a few too many times, and the Sixers make you pay.
Number that really indicates the potential Knicks fatigue. Jalen Brunson, only 1 of 7 from downtown. Star of the game for the Knicks, no doubt, Mitchell Robinson. Season high 21 points, season high 16 rebounds, played 26 minutes, and he is the subject of our thrilling moment presented by FanDuel Casino. Get your thrill on. Mitchell Robinson, best game of the year. Played a lot with Cat. Well, I think it's the most we've seen him play with Cat, and it was effective for a large part of the game.
And the stat of the night is 7 for 8 from the free throw line, like I mentioned. He was all over the place. The stroke looked good. He was just rolling to the basket, and the Knicks were finding him. Just a dominant performance. And I love the way Mike Brown said, if you're going to play small and go after all these steals and turnovers, I'm going to pound you on the boards. And that's exactly what the Knicks did. The Knicks just could not get their three-point shooting to go consistently. Jalen Brunson, you mentioned it, 1 for 7 from 3 and 7 for 22 from the field. But Mitchell Robinson, that rest obviously benefited him not playing last night, because he came out like he was shot out of a cannon tonight here at home. The crowd loves what he brings every single night here at the world's most famous arena. That was an impressive performance by Mitchell Robinson, and it's a great sign to see him healthy, because he's such a great guy. Having been through injuries, it's misery when you're banged up and you're hurt. But to see him playing up to his potential because he's healthy, I'm just really happy happy for him. That's a good thing to see.
So Robinson 21-16 and Cat 22-11.
Yeah.
How about that productivity out of the two bigs there?
That's big time. And defensively, I think those guys are working well together, and I think they did a pretty good job of making Philadelphia work. The activity level is huge, and Mike Brown's really good at coaching big guys. I remember we had two big guys when I played for him, Zydrunas Ilgauskas and Ben Wallace, and they were on the floor dominating glass every single night. So this is something that we might be able to see in the future. Karl Anthony Towns, he looked like he had fresh legs coming off not playing last night. And here on the second half of a back-to-back, he had a really nice performance. It's just interesting the way NBA basketball goes. You know, a lot of times, two good teams, it's going to come down to a few key plays at the end of the games. There were some crucial challenges that both coaches made that were successful on. That's why that challenge rule is just outstanding in close games, to at least get the calls right. And those calls made a big difference, and a couple key plays made the big difference in this game.
All righty. As always, Monica McNutt helped call the game on the radio on ESPN New York. She now joins us. Monica, what did you think about tonight's ball game?
There's a lot of good to take away from it. I thought Mitchell Robinson was outstanding. I thought the two stats that stand out to me, and I will correlate them to a little bit of fatigue, which happens in the marathon of an 82-game season. Turnovers. The Knicks gave up, I believe, 16 points off of turnovers tonight and had just 2 points off of the 11 turnovers that the Sixers had, and the Knicks gave up 18 turnovers. And then the three-point shooting. It is still a tough task for the Knicks to survive a night where they shoot just 25% from the three-point line. And so while it is unfortunate that this crowd in this court had to be touched by a loss, which has been foreign to this team for so long, in the ebbs and flow of a long season, I think you mostly focus on the productivity from Mitchell Robinson tonight, who had an outstanding career night.
Monica, help me figure out how good this VJ Edgecombe is. I mean, he came out of nowhere in the fourth quarter in crunch time and just made the back-breaking plays that really hurt the Knicks.
Yeah, well, you know, he had his historic rookie performance with those 34 points to start the season. He's in a class of guys that are few and far between to put up monster nights on their very first debut in the NBA. But tonight, I think, Wally, the thing about his game that might be underrated is his strength, right? And that is both to finish in traffic, but also to maintain his stamina late in the ball game when he hit what I figured was, I won't call it a full-on dagger, but it was a big three late in the ball game. And so I think VJ Edgecombe is the real deal, but how often do we see talent that is the real deal not land in a system that suits them? I don't know that he could have landed in a better position as being the running mate alongside Tyrese Maxey when you look at his natural skill set. So I'm excited. That young man should definitely be on your all-rookie team, and I personally wouldn't be surprised if he made a push to get Rookie of the Year as well.
I agree, and he's almost like a Tyrese Maxey 2.0. They're very similar players. He might not be as polished as far as shooting his threes and, you know, finishing yet, but I'm with Monica. His defense is really good, too. I mean, this team really pressured up on the Knicks. Kolek and Jalen had to deal with a lot of pressure getting the ball up the floor, and I think that really disrupted the Knicks' offense, getting easy shots and getting into their rhythm.
So you got Edgecombe, right? You got Jared McCain. We talked about him in the pregame. He was
good.
Effective.
Yep.
Quentin Grimes helps him off the bench.
Definitely.
The ageless Andre Drummond still makes a contribution. And you also...
Wait, time out, Pito, because me and Tyler were arguing about this. So, Wally, I need your input. And Tyler Murray contends that the 9-point game is the 3 threes from Andre Drummond. I don't think it's that simple. But he's like, this late in a dude's career, you don't evolve as a 3-point shooter. I'm like, look at what Brook Lopez did. And I was like, on a night where Mitchell Robinson also has a career night from the free throw line, shooting is so much a part of today's NBA that for a guy like Andre Drummond, you're not around for 14 years if you're not at least attempting to add that to your game.
Right, and you put all that together with Tyrese Maxey, and they have some weapons. We don't talk a lot about Philly. I don't think the national media talks a lot about it because of all the injury problems with Embiid, the issues with Paul George. But you got Maxey and some of these supporting players, Monica. They might be a team to keep an eye on.
There was a stat that I was watching down the stretch, you guys. When it comes to clutch time defensive rating, in the month of December, now it is isolated, but just think about the run that this team has been on. They've been playing decent basketball. They are 5th in defensive rating in the clutch in the month of December at 98.9, which means that they're holding teams to less than 1 point per 100 possessions in the clutch because they've played about 84 clutch minutes coming into tonight. Obviously, tonight will alter that stat. But as much as we talk about offense in this league, and don't get me wrong, they shoot 36% as a team. Tyrese Maxey is the top 3 scorer in the entire league. I think, Wally, what is underrated as we talk about VJ Edgecombe is they've got 3 guards on the floor, usually 4 players, I think, that are willing to push up, body up, and be physical on the defensive side of the basketball. And maybe it's 5, depending on who they want to go with at their 5 position, if they go with their bigger lineup or a smaller one.
Yeah, Nick Nurse loves mixing stuff up. I mean, you're going to see a mad scientist on that sideline just throwing out all kinds of different combinations and lineups, and it worked for them tonight. So the Knicks are going to have to figure it out. They got a meeting with them in a couple weeks, and I can't wait to get them back.
All right, Monica, as always, we appreciate it. We'll talk to you on Sunday. Knicks play host to Miami. Pregame at 5:30, game at 6.
Sounds good.
All right, up next, postgame comments from Knicks coach Mike